Here is Dave Rubin. One more time, might as well get where Dave Rubin, when he's not getting confused about what phrases that people utter are on the internet, he's getting confused about how science works and what is real life and what is actually just the movies.
Well, if we're going to say trust the scientists, which is a silly notion, right? You know, there's a lot of evil scientists out there. There's a lot of bad guy scientists out there. Have you ever seen a science fiction movie? I mean, not every scientist is right about everything. And by the way, you know what happens in science? You're not going to believe this guy.
Pause it for 1 second.
Jeez.
This guy, it's unbelievable. Honestly, he's an adult. First of all, incidentally, science fiction movies are not about scientists necessarily. They're fiction that involve maybe futuristic science and technology that will develop and world.
I love, there's a lot of evil scientists out there. Like, I mean, okay, maybe the ones that work for like Exxon and DuPont, like, right? But
honestly, it's like evil scientist is just sort of, I mean, you know, I don't know, like there's a lot of evil lawyers out there. I mean, the idea is when they say trust the scientists, they're talking about the preponderance of science. The nature of science as a discipline is that it is reliable because it is subject to constant questioning and challenging. That is the discipline known as science, where people have theories and they constantly test it, and that everyone within the discipline tests it, and you assess what is the best science by what the results of those tests are and how many tests have been made on it and what the preponderance of the results of those tests are. He doesn't seem to understand any of those concepts, or he's just lying. But go back to the beginning and watch it again so we can do it uninterrupted.
Well, if we're going to say trust the scientists, which is a silly notion, right? You know, there's a lot of evil scientists out there. There's a lot of bad guy scientists out there. Have you ever seen a science fiction movie? I mean, not every scientist is right about everything. And by the way, you know what happens in science? You're not going to believe this, guys. There are often discoveries that then get debunked by things after that as we get finer instruments and more information and the rest of it. Science is often in the business of debunking science. That's the beautiful thing, you know? So
that's the beautiful thing about science. That's why it's actually reliable, in that it's constantly being tested and updated.
Yeah, even ICP kind of walked back their stance on scientists.
Who's ICP?
The Insane Clown Posse.
Oh.
Yeah, like they had that line in the song Miracles, I don't want to talk to a scientist. Y'all MFers lying and getting me pissed. They clarified that it was, you know, it was hyperbole because they're just so enamored with the magic of nature, you know, whereas for Dave, it's more like he doesn't want people to be wearing masks.
Exactly. Like, you know, and this is, who should we be trusting in the realm of science as opposed to the scientists? Fashionistas?
Yeah, that's like an old, like, intelligent design argument that, like, science has been wrong before. It's like, yeah, the people who proved that the previous science was wrong was the newer scientists with a better idea.
She's just unbelievable.
It is funny to think about Dave Rubin battling evil scientists in his mind, though.
There could be evil scientists.
Yeah, like climate scientists is what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to go see my doctor, but then I realized there could be evil doctors. So I wasn't sure if I should go.
Mm-hmm.
He could be prescribing me something that's evil. Just, oh my God.